Hello everyone, this is me Juno D. And while I'm enjoying my freshly squeezed lemon tea, wait, let me take a sip. Today, we are going to have a serious talk. Are you ready? Okay, so let's get things straight. We are always talking about the positive things in our life. We are fond of saying that be positive, and sometimes our friends always cheer us up like, hey, you can do it, just be positive, everything's gonna be fine. But then, deep inside us, there is a real negativity that's going on. And what we do is that we cover it temporarily with the positive things that goes on into our lives, knowing that it will be mitigated or it will heal for some time. But then when we are on our own, just by ourselves, these negative sides that were covered will soon come out and will consume us. And we are not okay, we are emotionally imbalanced and not in the mood anymore. Being negative is something that we cannot avoid. Like on our daily basis, there's always this scenario or these people who brings out the negative in you. Sometimes you can control it, but sometimes you really cannot. And for today, I want to talk about my own negativities in life. I really believe that acknowledging these things and talking about these things can, give a start for that person to be brave enough to acknowledge his or her own negativities. Sometimes we need to be realistic in our lives and we have to be rational, knowing that it's not always good to cover things up with full of positivity, even if deep inside you're hurting, you're burdened, and you cannot just talk about it. You cannot let it out. Personally, guys, I will share to you some of the negative feelings that I've been going through this past few months. And this is not just a negative feeling, but it becomes a constant, attitude or habitual emotional imbalance thing. It's not good. That is why I believe by doing this blog, it will make myself more aware and it will help other people to take time to find out what are their negative emotions, attitudes, or feelings, and how are they going to cope up with it. So first, okay, I'm going to reveal this now. I am feeling insecure. Yeah, so insecurity is one thing. Is when you feel that you are less than the other person or you feel inferior, gives you the drive to become irritated or bitter, and you always compare yourself. And in return, what you do is you keep on getting things. You even go into a relationship just to prove that you are more than the person that you are insecure with. And in the end, if you keep on feeding your insecurities, you will end up always to be the loser. So it's not really good. It's not really good to be insecure. Another thing is jealousy. Jealousy, guys, is somewhat connected to insecurity. Jealousy involves a specific person or a specific thing wherein you are in anger because you cannot have that person or you cannot have that thing. And out of it, you end up hurting yourself, you end up hurting other people because of that impulse and you cannot control. So personally, I feel jealous one of these days because like two of my friends are in a relationship right now. I feel jealous that I cannot have their attention anymore. Their partners are good looking. So that's the thing that I've been working on as well. Coping up with jealousy. Third is self-pity. Self-pity is also worse. The result of self-pity, personally, is that it gives me low self-esteem, and whenever there is an opportunity, I doubt myself as well. And whenever there are people, I always see them as too perfect or too good, and I see myself as the opposite of them. And yeah, I pity myself for not being like them. It's really bad and it's real. It's happening to me, and I don't know, maybe it's happening to you as well. Number 4 is obsession. Oh my god, obsession. Obsession is something that I don't want to happen to myself, but the way I see it, I became obsessed as well, not just by the material things, but also to a person wherein I've been wanting that person to give me attention all the time, and I want that person to always talk to me, to always message me, and I want that person also to just look at me, just me. So I know it's happening to me and it's real. And one of the dangerous thing about it is that sometimes obsession can be fake or can be mistaken into romantic love, and I think that's very dangerous. As for me, what happened is that I thought that I was in love with a person. Then again, as time goes by, thank God, I realized that I wasn't really in love. Rather, I was obsessed. Just obsessed. Just wanting to possess that person. And yeah, luckily I realized that. And for some reason, it has bad effects into my life. Really. Last but not the least is self-centeredness, or being selfish. Now, with all the negative emotions or feelings that I told you, there's also this self-centeredness or being selfish that comes in, and it makes you feel like you are so important because you've been hurting, you've been feeling bad, you don't like to talk to other people, you just want to be by your own, and you feel like you're the most problematic person in the world, and you end up being bitter, not talking to everyone else. We still need that human connection that we can get from our friends, from our family, loved ones, or even with our colleagues. Personally, I felt that as well, especially when my father died, and it feels like I want to be the center of everything. I want people to really think about me, to compromise things just for me, and in the end it makes me feel bad because, you know, even if someone passes away, the reality is people around you in the environment needs to move on. Being self-centered is not something to be taken for a long time, and you have to be aware that things around you are moving, they have to go on, and so are you. Just because you feel down doesn't mean that you also have to pull others with you and, you know, be with your emotion for a long time. So you really have to wake up, and that's what I did. I really pulled myself up and continued to become a better version of myself every single day. Yeah, so that's it. The point of this video is that, you know, just to acknowledge the negative things happening into your life, and after acknowledging it, you have now the power or the decision on how to work and cope up with it. Because if you cannot see those things that is happening within you, it will just eat you up, it will consume you, it will just prolong the process of you being someone who cannot move on, always bitter, and always unproductive. But I'm not saying that I'm done with those things that I mentioned earlier. You know, I still have them. Insecurity, jealousy, self-pity, obsession, and self-centeredness. They're still part of my daily growth as an adult. But the thing is, because I acknowledge them, I have now the power or the decision on how to control it, on how to put myself back again if I am doing something that's not in accordance with my goals or my values. So it's really good that I had the time to realize those negative things in my life. So what about you guys? You want to add something to those that I've mentioned earlier? You're someone who's also going the same way as I am. You can leave your comment below and just share your story. Or you can send me a DM through my social media accounts linked in below as well. So that's it. I'm just so happy that I did this video, And I hope to hear from you guys and discuss with you more. So this is me, Juno D, leaving you with a saying, it's okay not to be okay, but it's never okay to pretend that you're always okay. Bye-bye!